Woo! Yeah. It's IfudidwoodU. Woo, yeah, I'm back. Yeah. Hey guys, what's up? It's IfudidwoodU. I've been getting a ton of requests to do a video. It's IfudidwoodU. So here it is. I'm back, and a lot of you probably want to see my new wet dry. It is up and going, and it's right in the morning right now, early in the morning.
What? I told you not to mess up. What are you doing?
You see, I'm just turning on this big new compact fluorescence I put in on Christmas, and yeah, like I said, I'm getting a lot of requests to, and specifically, see my little sump wet dry thing down there. So here's that video. Well, first of all, it's IfudidwoodU start up here in the tank, and like I said before, I just woke up. I just turned the light on. Well, the timer's just turned on, so a lot of things are closed and they're just opening, like this frog spawn over here. It's not all the way opened yet. Okay, but I tested my water frequently and I got a really good reading. Like all of them were exact calcium alkalinity. They were all really good. Forget what it was, but yeah. Anyway, so we start right here. This is the overflow, okay? Now the overflow, obviously, any water above those little, like, cut lines in right there, it will flow into there, right down in there. And now hair algae right there, see that hair algae? That's actually good, because that means it's a good housing for coke pods. It will keep them good. You just don't want it to get it, you know, I mean, you can trim it down if it gets way overboard, but mine's pretty good. And then there's this tube right here. This is the siphon tube, and that siphons the water in the overflow into the overflow box. Now there's overflow box, and here, as you see, there's a hole, and then there's a piece of PVC down there. That PVC goes into the sump box. Now, you can take this styrofoam pad out whenever you want and just, like, go to your sink, and it'll drain out and everything. You can squeeze it like a sponge and get all the crap and stuff out. Alright, and then obviously here's the drainage tube. Now that tube, move all my fish food and junk right there out of the way. Now the drainage tube comes down here to let me flick this light on, there we go, to this ball valve, and I can control this ball valve, and I can tell it how much water I want to go into the drip plate. Now, on this drip plate, I have some of this, it looks like, what is this right here, this stuff? It's really cheap. It'll clean the water from any debris and stuff before it gets into these bio balls down here. And I gotta change it. You know when you have to change it, because you'll see the water level on it. It's like really high. No, it's usually a lot lower. You want it to just be skimming across. So I gotta change it, but that's no big deal right now. I see down in there's the bio balls. Okay. Now the bio balls are really fascinating. Hold on. Because what they do is the water's dripping down. It creates, well, no, the bio balls create a ton of surface area. Now, what that's going to do, it's going to create a lot of biological bacteria and algae on that, and those bio balls. So each time the water flows through there, it'll get some of that good bacteria back into the water, and it'll also filtrate the water. Then, moving on, I have my heater sitting right there. And right there, that little, this pump right here, right there, that's what pumps water into my skimmer. Now, remember, when I got this skimmer, I specifically picked it so once I upgrade to a sump, I would be able to upgrade to a sump. Okay, so this skimmer can be hang on the back or in the sump. And I like it because this tube right here, I can adjust how much water is going, well, no, the amount of, this is the air intake, so how much air is being in there, like the bubbles and stuff. Okay. So then again, here's another glimpse of my protein skimmer. Okay, and it takes out water right there. I'll come to the other side so I can show you something quite interesting. The skimmer is right there, and then water flows out of it onto that bag of carbon. Now, I'll show you some carbon up close. Let's go in my bathroom here, because in this bathroom, right across the hallway. This is carbon. Okay? So I just use this to help filtrate some of the skimmer water that the skimmer doesn't take out of the water. Okay? And then, now this is going to be confusing to explain, but I'll try to explain it. Okay? Not this part, but right there, that's a pump. That pump will just help make, well, it'll help keep the water flowing through there. And then I also keep a rock down in here, right there. It's actually half of an oyster shell that I keep there. And then right there, that little black thing, that is it's like it's just a auto top off valve. Now, what that's gonna do, well, excuse me, there's this pump right here. This is in my closet. I keep it in here. So, yeah. Anyways, down in there is just fresh RODI water. And that pump is pumping water into the tank constantly without stopping. But right there on that black thing I pointed out, whenever it goes down, here's the water level. It's going to float on top of the water. When the water goes down, a valve opens, letting the water that it pumps in come in. I can't multitask. Right there. Okay, so it'll keep the water always level so I don't have to deal with that. Now, here's the thing that's kind of hard to explain. See all that PVC right there? Well, down right here is where we're going, right there, that end. Okay? That is my return pump. Okay? Now, this return pump, let's see. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. Nope. Okay. So, you see, right there, that PVC, that's where it comes back down into the water. Okay, now let me zoom in. I don't let's up right there. Okay, right there. Oh, it's a little blurry. There we go. Right there. Okay. Now that, it hooks on to my return pump, which is right there. Okay, like you saw that PVC and everything. Okay, now what it's going to do is half of the water, because the return pump is, say my hand's the return pump, okay? Well, it'll go up like this. The PVC, it'll hook right here. There's a T fitting, so half the water will go over here and back into the tank. Then the other half will go right up back into the main display. Okay? Now there's a ball valve on that so I can control how much water is going back into my sump. Okay? So sometimes I want none of the water to go back into my sump, and sometimes I want all of it. It depends on where that line of water is, right there. Okay? Which is mostly going to stay constant. Alright. And then, that other half, like I was talking about, right there, it runs up that tube, right there, and out right there. Okay? Alright, that was sort of a long video, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. All of my fish are still alive except the goby. He died because he jumped out of the tank. Gobies are known to jump out of tanks. There's my crab. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention one other thing. This is my heater, and the heater, or no, my thermometer, and it goes into the other end of my tank down, or my sump down in there. There we go. I still got to get another pump to hook up to my Hydrocoralia Smart Wave. But, you know, it's IfudidwoodU. Yeah, I know, there's some red slime right there, but I'll clean it up. I'll do a water change right after this video. See you guys.
Bam! It's IfudidwoodU. Go check out my channel, and please watch the video. Marine Hawk's the last man standing to do a big favor for me. Thanks. Peace.